The dance of the fire spirits. In the heart of the lush African landscape, where the mighty baobab trees spread their massive arms and the sun dipped low, turning the sky into a canvas of fiery oranges and deep purples, lay the village of Imani. The air was thick with anticipation as the villagers prepared for an occasion that resonated through both living and spiritual realms, the annual dance of the fire spirits. For generations, the people of Imani celebrated this festival, honoring their ancestral spirits as they emerged from the earth to join the living in a breathtaking display of light, music, and unity. The villagers would gather by the great fire, forming a circle as the flames danced and flickered, casting shadows that seemed to move with a life of their own. However, this year was different. Whispers of fear began to circulate, carried by the gentle winds that swept through the village. There were tales of a rogue spirit named Nyota who had strayed from the ancestral fold and was causing chaos in the spirit realm, bringing dread and confusion to the living. The elders trembled at the thought of Nyota's antics disrupting the sacred festival, threatening the harmony that hung like a delicate fabric over the village. Femi, a brave and spirited young boy with bright eyes that reflected the sky, felt the weight of these tales upon his heart. He had always been fascinated by the stories of the spirit world that his grandmother shared with him by the firelight. Vivid images of swirling colors and ethereal beings danced in his mind, and he had longed for a connection to the spirits. When the night of the festival arrived, the villagers dressed in beautifully woven garments, adorned with beads and feathers that glinted in the moonlight. As they gathered around the great fire, they could feel a palpable tension in the air, a crackling energy that set their skin alight. The elders began the incantations, calling upon the spirits with rhythmic chants that resonated deep within their souls. As the flames roared and shimmered, the first spirits emerged, swirling around the fire, delighting the villagers with their grace. They moved like wisps of smoke and flame, illuminating the night with their vibrant colors. Laughter filled the air, and for a moment, the villagers felt at peace. But then a gust of wind swept through, and from the shadows emerged Nyota. Her fiery presence disrupted the balance, sending shivers down the spines of the villagers. She twirled and spun with reckless abandon, her laughter mingling with the flames, igniting a sense of fear rather than joy. "Leave! Leave this place," she shrieked, her voice echoing through the air. "These are my flames. You do not belong here." The villagers gasped, instinctively stepping back, their hearts racing. The elders tried to regain control, calling upon their blessings to calm her, but Nyota was untamed, her energy wild and chaotic. Femi felt a surge of determination rising within him. He couldn't let fear consume his village. He had to do something. With his heart pounding fiercely against his chest, he stepped forward, his small stature dwarfed by the encroaching chaos. "Nyota," he called out, his voice steady despite the tremors of fear. "Why do you cause this disruption? You are a spirit of our ancestors. Come back to join us." Nyota paused, her fiery form flickering. For a moment, the wildness in her eyes gave way to something softer, a memory perhaps. But just as quickly, it vanished, replaced by fury. "They do not understand me. They have forgotten the spirits." The elders tried to intervene but were met with her wrath. Nyota unleashed a tempest of flames that spiraled around the gathered villagers, causing panic to erupt in their ranks. Femi, feeling the intensity of emotions swirling around him, knew he had to act. "I will go to the spirit world," he declared, a sense of purpose flooding through him. "I will bring you back, Nyota. We can understand each other." The villagers were silent, shocked by Femi's bravery. The elders exchanged worried glances, unsure if such a quest could be undertaken by one so young. But Femi's resolve was unyielding. With a deep breath, Femi knelt by the great fire, allowing the warmth to envelop him, closing his eyes. He envisioned the path to the spirit realm, through the flickering flames, beyond the veil that separated their worlds. With a determined heart, he began to chant the ancient words his grandmother had taught him, calling upon the spirits to guide him. As he chanted, he felt the heat intensify, a surge of energy wrapping around him. Suddenly, he was drawn into a whirlpool of light and color, spiraling through the air until he entered a world enchanting yet foreboding. Femi landed softly on the ground, surrounded by a breathtaking landscape of vibrant colors, where flora and fauna existed in forms he had never seen. The sky was a deeper blue, with clouds spun like cotton candy drifting lazily. It was both beautiful and eerily quiet. Gathering his wits, Femi took a few tentative steps forward, his heart racing with both excitement and fear. "Nyota," he called out, his voice piercing the hushed atmosphere. "Where are you?" To his left, shadowy figures began to emerge, spirits adorned in radiant costumes. Wisps of light danced before him, guiding him down a path lined with trees that glowed with an inner fire. It was mesmerizing but also daunting. He felt the weight of their gazes, curious and expectant. "Who are you, young one?" a melodic voice rang out, causing Femi to turn. It was a spirit with flowing hair made of strands of silver light, her face serene yet powerful. "I am Femi from the village of Imoni. I seek Nyota. She is lost and angry, and I need to bring her back," he replied, holding his ground under their watchful eyes. The spirit regarded him thoughtfully. "Many have tried to calm Nyota, but few understand her pain. You must tread carefully, for she is more than mere flames, she is the embodiment of the spirit of rebellion." Femi swallowed hard, but the spirit's words only ignited his determination further. "I must try. Where can I find her?" Pointing to a distant peak bathed in golden light, the spirit continued, "Atop the flame mountain, you will find Nyota. But the path is treacherous. You will encounter those who seek to deter you for their own gain. Do not lose heart." With a nod and a grateful heart, Femi turned to face the daunting path leading to Flame Mountain. As he walked, the scenery shifted, the colors became darker, and shadows thickened around him. He could feel eyes watching, the air buzzing with electric tension. Suddenly, from the depths of the darkness, a figure emerged, a sly spirit with a gaze that glinted like sharp metal. "What we have here," he sneered. "A little human daring to confront the mighty Nyota. Foolishness will be your downfall, child." Femi stood tall, recalling the strength of his ancestors. "I seek to restore peace. I will not leave until I find her," he replied defiantly. The spirit chuckled, circling Femi like a predator stalking its prey. "Peace? A quaint notion. Why not join us instead? We thrive in chaos. Come, let us dance among the flames." Femi's heart raced as the spirit extended his hand, beckoning him into the shadowy depths. "No," Femi shouted, shaking his head. "I have to help Nyota." With a flicker of annoyance and amusement, the spirit lunged, trying to trap Femi in shadowy tendrils. Femi dodged, narrowly escaping. In a flash of quick thinking, he recalled the words of the spirit he had met earlier. Channeling the inner strength of his ancestors, he dug deep within himself and let out a dazzling flare of light that illuminated the shadows. "Leave me be," Femi commanded, and the force of his resolve sent the dark spirit reeling back, dissipating into the shadows like mist. Breathing hard, Femi continued along the path, clutching the flames of determination roaring within him. As he climbed further towards Flame Mountain, the air transformed, filled with the scent of smoke and warmth. He could feel the pulsing energy of the spirits surrounding the peak, swirling and dancing like an oleander in bloom. Femi reached the summit and found a breathtaking view, the sky ablaze with colors he could hardly describe. And there, at the very top, Nyota stood. She was a swirling mass of brilliant orange and shimmering gold, radiating a fiery aura that was both beautiful and intimidating. Femi's heart pounded as he approached her. Nyota, he called, his voice steady despite the chaotic energy she exuded. You are lost. The village needs you. She turned to face him, her eyes like smoldering coals, reflecting both pain and defiance. What would a mere boy know of my struggles? The living have forgotten the essence of our spirits. I am not a puppet to dance for their entertainment. Femi felt an ache in his chest. They do not understand you, he said carefully. But neither do you understand them. Each year, they honor you. They remember. Nyota scoffed, flames flickering wildly around her. Honor? They fear me. I bring chaos because that is the truth of this world. No, Femi insisted, stepping closer. You bring passion, creativity, and the fire of change. Your dance is not one of fear, but a dance of liberation. Your spirit embodies the storms that cleanse and rejuvenate. For a fleeting moment, Nyota faltered, her flames flickering gently like a candle in a breeze. You speak boldly, child. What do you truly know of the bonds between our worlds? Taking a deep breath, Femi recounted stories he had learned from his elders. Stories of love, sacrifice, and remembrance, how the spirits once danced with joy while the villagers sang praises under the stars, how they kept the harmony alive. Nyota listened, the storm within her simmering to a soft flicker. But they cast me aside. They forget the pain we carry. Femi nodded, drawing closer, enveloping her in the warmth of his sincerity. Then let's remind them together. Let us show them the beauty of both pain and joy. Come back with me to the festival. Together, we can create a dance that transcends fear and inspires unity. Nyota's flames quieted, transforming into a warm glow around her. The space between them pulsated with energy, the memories of loss and longing weaving together. You would go back with me? They will see me again. Indeed, Femi said, hope shimmering in his chest. We will lead the dance together. With that, Nyota extended her fiery hands, and as they joined, Femi felt warmth radiating through him, a connection born from ancient truths. Together, they began to descend Flame Mountain, the spirit world fading around them as they returned to the living realm, where anticipation thundered in the hearts of the villagers gathered by the great fire. As they emerged, the villagers gasped, a mix of fear and awe written across their faces. The flames danced higher, intertwining with Nyota's fiery form, illuminating the night sky with a kaleidoscope of colors. Femi stood tall beside her, his heart pounding with pride. Fear not. Femi cried out, arms raised. The spirit Nyota has returned, not as a force of chaos but as a beacon of connection. Join us in dance. With that, Nyota stepped into the circle created by the villagers, her energy pulsating through the flames. The air buzzed with an electric anticipation as the villagers began to dance, their movements initially hesitant but slowly transforming into joyous expression. Encouraged by the warmth of Nyota's flames, Femi joined them, his heart uplifted as laughter and song erupted. The spirit moved with elegance and power, spinning and twirling, her fiery presence igniting the creativity within every villager. As they danced together, a new energy blossomed in the air, permeating the land with love and unity. Femi's heart swelled as he watched people from all walks of life join in, creating a whirlwind of color and music, a celebration of both the living and the spirits that had come together in harmony. There were no longer boundaries between their worlds, they were united in the fabric of dance and joy. Nyota's glowing form shimmered brightly in tandem with the spirits emerging from the tall grass and trees, joining the dance. Their luminous bodies intertwined with the villagers, creating a spectacle of a united celebration that resonated through the earth itself. As the night wore on, the once fearful hearts of Imani transformed into a tapestry of laughter and stories. The spirit world and the living world had merged in joyous defiance of the chaos that began the night. And so, the dance of the fire spirits became a legacy passed down through generations, a reminder of the importance of understanding, love, and unity. Each year, the villagers gathered around the great fire, sharing stories of their connection with the spirits, ensuring that no one would ever forget the dance that bridged the worlds. Femi's bravery echoed in the tales of his people, a testament to a boy who dared to stand against fear and sought to mend the rift that had caused despair. Nyota, no longer a rogue spirit but a vibrant guardian of the flames, danced through the night sky, her spirit intertwined with those who honored and cherished her, igniting passion and creativity in every heart she touched. In the village of Imani, the whispers of the past melded with the present, creating a future where both the living and the spirits would dance together, forevermore.